In this particular video, I'm about to take you through supports and resistances on the MT4 platform. Alright, so I want to take you through support and resistances that can also be used as indicators in most cases, as they show price reversal and price break confirmations of continuous trends. Let's try to understand them in this way. I will demonstrate them right on the chart. I will show you what is support and what a resistance is, but I want us to understand a little bit of their makeup. Why do they form, or what makes them to form? Alright, resistance is actually where an advancing trend can be expected to halt temporarily due to a concentration of supply. Support is actually where a declining trend can be expected to halt temporarily due to a concentration of demand. Resistance and support areas are not very predictable in most cases, but there are rules of determining their significance zones, and those are the things that I want to explain to you and demonstrate to you on the chart. There are certain rules for determining significance of support and resistance zones. What actually deter them? What deters? What are the rules that deter the support and resistance levels? Alright, one, the more time a zone has been able to halt or reverse a price trend, the greater its significance. Let's say the price of a particular currency pair kept reversing or reject at an area for say 7 to 10 times, then it becomes a very significant area, as its break will trigger a more movement up or down. That is to say, the psychological point when that point is violated or breaks. The second rule of deterring significance of support and resistance zones is that the steeper the price move preceding a given support or resistance zone, the greater its significance. That is, the greater its importance. Thirdly, the more the currency pair or trading instrument changes hands at a particular level, it's likely to be as a support or a resistance zone. All that I'm saying, I'll demonstrate them right here on the chart, but I just want us to lay a basic foundation on the support and resistance levels before we come to the practical. Alright, where the resistance or support points are likely to form. Okay, it's important for us to understand and know where exactly resistances or support points are likely to form. Okay, there are about 4 main things that we can look at. The first one is previous highs and lows, previous highs and lows. The second one is the upper and lower areas of gaps often represent crucial support and support or resistance pivotal points. I will be explaining all these things on the chart very soon. Number 3, market is moved by psychology, and psychology tends to move in a proportion. So this also brings to the formation of supports and resistances. Number 4, the trend lines sorry, and moving averages represent potential support or resistance levels. So basically, if we are looking at support and resistance level on the chart here, it means that we need to understand which one is resistance level and which one is a support level. So let's take one first. Let me take the resistance levels first. Okay, all right, so let me just do this. For you to draw your support and resistance levels, we normally use the horizontal line. Here you can look at the pointer. All you need to do is to click and then it is picked. Okay, and if you drop it, dropping it means that you are just clicking. Let me do that again. This is the horizontal line. All you need to do is to click, and when you come to the chart, you drag it to the chart and you click again, and then it drops it. It's important to know how to manipulate this horizontal line, this horizontal line. So right now, the way it is, we cannot move it. You see, it is not movable. So if you want to move this very horizontal line, you have to double click on it. When you double click on it, you will see the side of it turn this whitish in the box, right? If you double click on it again, it's gone. If you double click and this white comes, then you can drag it. You can drag it this way, anywhere you want to take it to on the chart, it can move. But immediately you remove that white thing, it means that it is not going to move. It will not move. So for you to move it, all you need to do is to right click and then you'll be able to move it. Alright, so let me start with let's look at the resistances. The resistance levels on this trend. This is the trend. This is the trend. This is the trend. This is the trend. Right? This is the trend. Alright. So let me take it from here. Okay, let me take it from here. This here is a resistance level. This is a resistance level. You can see here where the cursor is. Alright, so we put this horizontal line here so that it can help us see clearly here. So this is a resistance. This is a resistance here. This here is a resistance. This is a resistance. This is a resistance, and this is also a resistance. It's a resistance level. Here is a resistance, and this is a resistance. So basically The point at which the trend turns and begin to go down is the resistance level. You can see here it goes, it moves, got here, and then it turned down. So where it actually turned is where the resistance level gets to be formed. And you can see also here, this is where it turned. This one to this is where it turned, and here to this is where it turned. So we can mark them. For example, this one, this is where it turned. So let's mark it with the horizontal line here. This is a resistance. And even here, you see it's just a very short distance from the previous here. So this is a resistance. Here is also a resistance. You can see here is a resistance, and here is also a resistance. You can see that here is also a resistance, and here is also a resistance, and here you can see here is also a resistance. Even here is also a resistance level. I am not going to use any jargon in explaining this. I will explain them in the normal English language for you to understand. Sorry. So now that we are able to identify resistance levels, we can see that this is a resistance level, and now that we've been able to mark them. Now, what makes this resistance level to form? Okay, that is what we have to understand. The resistance level is where the price was actually resisted or was refused from continuing a buying trend or a rising trend, or where the price was rejected. As such, it has to reverse down, and then it climbed again, and here the price was rejected again, and then it climbs down, and then it comes and break here that resistance, it climbs up, and then it got rejected again. It goes, it got rejected, it goes here, it got rejected, and then it went down far. Alright, so what it means is that the resistance level are those levels that sellers in the market pump in more money or begin to take more action. As such, they resist the price from going upward. But mostly you'll find out that as such, it goes up, it comes down, but it goes up the more. It forms, it comes down, and then it goes up what? The more, and it continues what? Going same direction. So it's important for us to be able to know that when there is a resistance, there should be a support. So the resistance is where the price got stopped from buying more and begin to sell, and so the support is where the price gets stopped or reversed from a downward trend. Okay, let's see, this is a support, 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 it's a support, it's a support, it's a support. So here is a support. Here is a support. You can see that this and this support are almost what, on same level, and this is a support. This is also a support. Sorry, this is a support, you know. So when the price is declining, or if the price is falling and it is rejected so that it begins to go up, the point at which the falling price or the declining price was rejected is what we call the support. It means that it was supported here for the falling price to start rising. So basically, support and resistances are those zones that there is a reversal of the trend. For example, this is climbing up, is rising, and then immediately it turns here. What it means that the price was rejected here, and then it sold, it came down. And when it got here, the price was supported here. As such, it goes climbing again. So prices may be moving upward, but they will always keep forming a support and resistance levels. Prices do not just move on a straight line. What they do is that they go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, even as they are climbing or they are declining. So when prices are rising, it doesn't mean that it will just rise just like that. It will go up and come down. Remember, this forex market fluctuates most often. It's not a stable market, but it will still be making way towards a particular direction. For example, this started on 2nd and it went till somewhere, let's say 25th, thereabout. All right, so if we are actually looking at support and resistance levels, this is the basic understanding of support and resistance levels which you need to know. What is the significance or importance about this support and resistance level? Sorry. If a resistance, let's take a resistance, if a resistance is broken, it means that the price is going to continue to rise. For example, here the trend came down here and then it went up, and when it got here, it broke this resistance here, so it went up. Once a resistance is broken or a support, the price will continue in that direction. So here, if you see here, it got broken here when the trend was here, you see, so it broke it. So what happens? It went up more and then it dropped. When this resistance also got broken by this price, what happened? It bought more. It tried to come down and then there was a flat support here. It came and it broke it, and so it went up, and then it went again. So the same thing happened to the support. You will find out that when this price came, it broke this support here, so it went further. It broke this support here, it went further. It broke this support here, it went what? Further, before the new support came, and then it's rising. So the resistances and the support can actually be used as indicators, because when they break, they continue the trend. Immediately a support is broken or a resistance is broken, the price will continue in that same direction. We will be looking at supports and resistances more in detail in the advanced videos, but I hope that now you understand what supports and resistance are. They are basically where the prices get hot temporarily, and then they continue. So you'll find out that here the price was hot here temporarily from here to here, and then the buy continues, and then it was hot temporarily here, and then it continues. It was hot temporarily here, it continues. So basically this is how the support and resistances work, and it's important that we understand them and know how to use them. Thank you.